How do you do, y'all? This is John, and today we are talking about The Ritual, a movie out on VOD right now. And in The Ritual, it deals with the real-life exorcism of Emma Schmidt, a young girl who was allegedly possessed by a demon in the 1920s. It is a relatively unknown story, but one that does capture, a lot of paranormal historians' imaginations. And of course, it also deals with the drama and turmoil between the two priests trying to, free her from this demonic possession. Now, to get things started, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie, and really the only thing I can think of, is the acting's all good. All the actors, they do a good job. Al Pacino as Father... I'm trying to remember his name. Father Theophilus, something like that. But also Abigail Cohen as Emma Schmidt, the young woman who is being possessed by a demon. Cohen's easily probably the best performer in the movie in terms of how good, she is doing. She is playing a possessed girl like it's a piece of cake. Really, it's not. I know it's difficult, but, she makes it look like a piece of cake. But really, besides the acting, I have a hard time finding anything to like about the movie. In terms of its storytelling, it's an average possession thriller. That's all it is. It goes the narrative route literally every movie about demonic possession goes through, and, it doesn't do anything new at all with it. There is some stuff they could have done, like, even to this day, they don't really do the whole medical investigative element of demonic possession too often. They only ever just assume that the person's possessed. Even though in real life, they do the whole thorough medical investigation first. Heck, even if you just go straight to the Catholic Church with it, they have a psychologist that will do a thorough medical investigation before they rule out demonic possession. They do mention, hey, if it's a mental illness, but they don't do a thorough, proper investigation. On top of that, the horror element, because it's a horror movie, everything has just so been there, done that, it's not even scary. There are some things, that, no matter how often you see it, as long as it's done effectively, it is very tension-filled and will, fill you up with scares. Heck, I know for a fact that I find not seeing the demon for most of the movie a lot more terrifying than seeing it in full force. The problem is that the route they took with this movie, it's just not effective. Another issue I had with the movie is the visual element of it. The camera work, it's just all over the place. The camera won't stay still for whatever reason, which I know editing has something to do with that as well. But even if it's a still shot, the camera's just going all over the place. And on top of that, it's just, visually speaking, ugly looking. I don't know what kind of cameras they used for it, but, whatever they were, they should have avoided them. The movie also doesn't use a whole lot of CGI, which I know is not really the problem. Clearly, they didn't use a whole lot because, they probably didn't have a whole lot of money to make this movie. And I'm fine with movies with very little CGI. In fact, most movies have too much in them, if you ask me. But when it came down to it, when they had no choice but to use CGI, it's not that convincing. To be fair, not the worst CGI I've seen all year, but far from the best. And the last thing I want to talk about is the characters. There really isn't any character development in the movie. You're just introduced to everyone, and that is it. Everything else you get after that is just backstory. You don't get the characters' personalities, who they are, Are they, nice, decent? Who was Emma before she was possessed? You don't get their personalities or anything like that. You just get exposition. So guys, at the end of the day, The Ritual, yeah, it was an awful horror film. The only thing worth mentioning about this movie as a positive is the acting. Everything else is just awful. The storytelling, the characters, the horror, everything is just low tier, low quality effort. I do not recommend this movie at all. It is not worth your time. I'm going to give The Ritual a 2. Fun little fact. This movie is literally advertised as the true story that inspired The Exorcist. It is not. The true story that inspired The Exorcist is the case of Roland Doe back in the 1950s. That is what inspired The Exorcist. Also, for the most documented and well-known case of demonic possession, I have never heard of this case until now. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Petsky will return.